So now, after 2 years, you have a girl. And who is she named after?
I don't know. I never liked the name Kim. I thought maybe it was a Korean name or something. Then she tried to make it Kimberly, but it didn't happen. It ended up Kim. How it happened?
Kim Alice was named after my father's mother, Grandma.
Yes.
Grandma Hicks.
Yeah,
And
but
that
it
was your
can't-
favorite, most sweet.
She was the sweetest. She was absolutely.
And what do you remember about her when she was little?
Feisty. Oh, this was the feistiest of all the.
She knew what she wanted and she was going to get it. And even when the other girls came later, she was always a school teacher. She'd line up the chairs in the front room and play school. Of course, she was a school marm.
When she was young, she used to hold her breath until she passed out.
And fall down the stairs.
And fall down the stairs.
Like a stick.
Like a stick.
Yeah.
I asked the doctor, we actually didn't know anybody. He says, take a glass of water and throw it in her face. That's what we did. We fill a glass of water when she was holding her breath, we'd throw it away. All it did is make her feistier. That's the fighter.
But she stopped passing out.
But she did stop passing out with her.
And then who's your middle daughter is Dawn.
My Donnie.
That happens to be me. What
Yes.
do you remember who I was named after?
Well, I went to work at, I was working at, with my brother. And I had a girl there that was so sweet, and her name was Dawn. And I just loved
You were
the,
working downtown at the
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah, but
at
not now. That was
no,
earlier.
No, we're talking about
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you were working. You worked with a gal named Dawn.
and I remembered that name, and I just loved the name of Dawn.
And Alice is what?
It's Dawn Ann. She was named.
No, Ann, yeah.
She was named after your
I was
grandma.
named after Annabelle's.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Which is Busha.
Yeah.
And what do you remember about Dawn? What when she was little?
Well, we used to call her Tender Baby Mellows.
Yeah,
She
because
was
the-
the tender
The
one.
kids
Used to
would,
be.
The kids would tease her, and
She would cry
When
and then
she
I
was a
would
baby,
hold her.
When she was a baby.
when she was just, she was always sweet and loving and kind. It's actually the first baby I nursed, and I was so thankful that.
And what do you remember about her?
And she used to do, and Kimmy would come and boss her. And she'd cry. She was, Daddy, come and hold me. Daddy, come and hold me. Daddy, come and hold me.
And then what do you remember about your next daughter,
My what'sie? Lisa.
Who was she named after? Because that's a beautiful name, Lisa.
Lisa.
She was born, well, she must have been conceived in Wisconsin, but was born in Minnesota.
And
born in St. Paul.
something was going on with Elvis Presley at the time, and Dad
Yeah,
said,
oh,
we,
yeah,
we have to name this one Lisa Marie.
He just had a daughter. It was called, her name was Lisa Marie. I felt, at that time, I felt jealous that Elvis was having all kinds of
Making money.
He was being very successful, and things weren't working out so good for me. And I was watching television, and he says, this is my new baby, and this is part of my life. And he held her up, and he says, this is Lisa Marie. I looked at Doris, I said, that's the name, it's Lisa
And did you
Marie.
like the name Lisa Marie? Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yeah.
And what was your memory about Lisa when she came popping into the world?
She was just a sweet, as she is today. She's sweet, she's darling, cuddly, loving, just really not even speaking out against telling on anybody. She was just always sweet,
And what do
always.
you remember when she was a baby?
Independent.
A little bit more independent.
Independent than any of my children. My way, I don't care.
And then time
What
went
did
on,
one time she laid in the corner for how long?
No, that was
that was-
another
okay.
one, okay.
And then after that, then you had a number of years, and then you had a little caboose at the end.
The
You
3
had
years.
3 boys in a row, 3 girls in a row, and then you had a boy named.
Daniel.
My
And
Daniel.
who was Daniel named after?
Daniel is named
We
after.
don't know.
Was it a biblical thing that you liked?
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
something that you?
I liked it. It was more biblical than anything.
Yeah. And what do you remember about him when he was born?
He was perfect.
Yeah, no, of all the kids, we had the least problems at that time with him.
He was
the least problem all the way
What
down
do
the
you remember
line.
when he was little?
When he was just little, he was just very calm, very loving,
He used
very
to sit there and
sweet.
dutch my mom and for hours and hours and hours. And the girls used to go and pull his head off, and it'd go like that, pop. And Lisa and Kim and you and Dawn, used to do that because they,
I'd have to run around the front of him and hold him close, don't let them get near
I remember
him.
when he came home from the
Yes.
hospital, and before our home was remodeled on Gull Lake, it was such a space that I remember that he came home. It was in the evening, or actually when they were in the hospital, they never let us up there. So Dad brought all of us over to the hospital. At
Looked
St.
out the
Francis.
we looked out the window.
We looked up. We stood right out there on the street and looked up at you and the baby in the window.
My little baby
And that
boy.
was like 1974 or whatever.
That was the first baby that they let me have in my room all the
Yeah,
time.
you never had that before.
Never had. I could wash my hands
You
with.
need that bonding time.
Oh yeah.
So you got to bond with
So
him. whereas we
important.
didn't.
So important.
And then,
So important.
Daniel was just a little joy.
He was
a
born
bundle
in
of joy 'cause
He was born in Brainerd. Yes.
Yeah, but he was born in Brainerd. And what makes you proud of your children? What's the thing that makes you most proud of if you look at your 7 children?
They're independent, responsible.